weird. Oh, and that's not even the sound. I can't even do the right UFO
What was,
extraterrestrial sounds.
oh,
For,
so welcome to Non-Perishable Goods podcast.
hey,
So Stacy brought up one thing a couple days ago about the FBI finding a mothership, and we did our research and we couldn't find anything. And I'm into aliens. I don't think we're alone in this world. And I got hyped about it, and I thought she was bringing up. I thought you were bringing up the Ashanti thing, because I saw one their entourage on TikTok a few days ago, and they shot something in the sky, and it was like it was like, it looked like a few comets or something. I can't remember. I think it was like
right.
trailing, and
My
I thought you were talking about that.
Yeah,
And
no, that's literally one of the things that's happening in our world right now. But like the Ashanti thing, like forget about extra aliens. I'm like Ashanti's in Sacramento.
I
Like,
know
why
that's
is
why I said too on TikTok. They were like, "Oh man, they find aliens." And I was like, "Ashanti's in Sac."
right? Like that's the bigger story to me at this point. Like where? But it turns out that she's filming a movie, being filmed here in Sac. So
Right.
I was like, that's pretty cool. And I guess she's finishing up filming. I can't remember what it was called. It was one word, Pretenders or something like that. But
It was called
so
"Don't
yeah.
Forget Me."
Okay, there you go. Boom.
I'm just kidding.
So
Um,
I was like, I thought you looked it up. I was like, hey, there it is. He said it. He knows it. But yeah, so look that up. She's doing something great. But I mean, that's just one part of everything that we've been seeing lately with like the Chinese air balloon or the hot air balloon that was shot down that's been seen all over the world, or in different regions of the world. Like it wasn't just America that they've had Chinese surveillance and all that. So I mean it's just, and then the other thing was the Pentagon releasing a report. They released one in earlier in January about all the UFO sightings. And UFO doesn't necessarily mean alien, it just means unidentified flying object.
correct.
So, but the thing with the Shanti sighting, like it was beautiful. It
Yeah,
was like,
they're all beautiful. Most of
yeah,
them are. Like, go ahead.
yeah, no, I was just like, like they're reporting that it was space junk. And,
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, yes, what I was thinking. Like space junk, which is old rocket field tanks, old satellites that aren't working anymore. Like they're not even like being. I don't know if they're being used or functional. They're just like in space. I guess when you go into space, like there's a whole bunch of like space junk up there
right.
that's from us
Yeah.
orbiting the planet, and we keep advancing the technology. So it's like we throw the next satellite up there that's better. I mean, that's why that's how our phones work and stuff, because the
Yeah. And
satellite
like
and stuff.
we're not the only country throwing stuff out into
No,
the
it's China,
universe.
Russia.
Yeah. So it's we don't really know what's coming down. But the thing with the what are they calling it? They have a name for it. I don't want to keep calling it the Ashanti sighting, but it was some kind of stream sighting. And it but why was it flying like so uniformly? It was like in such a uniform. Like if it was, I mean, I understand up in space, there's no gravity, so things just constantly maybe like float in a circle or do whatever it does, but it was flying.
Yeah,
Like it was, yeah, go ahead. It's just
because
weird.
because when how the satellite kind of like rotates around the planet. So as it comes, it's like going like this. So it's not gonna. As long as it doesn't get hit by anything, how they came up there is how they're gonna fall. So when they come down, and gravity takes them, and then the atmosphere takes them, it's still gonna maintain. It's gonna maintain its formation. So yeah, so I was watching the History Channel because for me, I did see something in the sky when I was working for an airport, and we were outside, and we all saw something, and it was pretty gnarly, and I went on Instagram to see who else saw it, and a bunch of people out here in LA saw the same thing. And I mean, if you wanted to be, it looked like UFOs, but it was probably just drones because they're going around and around and stopping and going and lights and all this stuff. And usually, what people are seeing is like orange, reddish orange, spherical light, and it kind of like hovers, kind of like does what a drone does, but it's like way in the distance. But then again, you won't know because I've seen drones with lights, and they could be far away or they could be 10 feet away. I mean, you won't know because it's so it's dark. So so I was watching the History Channel, and they were debunking all these like, oh, UFO sightings. Like people were like, with their telescopes or whatever, and or just looking up at night at this night sky and filming it with their phones, which is hard to do because your phone's not meant, you don't have a telescope
Yeah, it's
lens for that.
terrible.
But
Hmm.
they were like debunking it, all of it, like, oh, one is just, it could be it's a flock of birds, or it's space junk, or it's just a
And like,
drone or something. So it's like they were like, it's cool to be like, oh, that's hype, and there were like a bunch of them, but it's like it could be. They were like saying like the bird ones. They were like, well, during this season, the birds go, to the north to go migrate, and they birds fly in formation and stuff. So it could be birds and stuff. So they're just
yeah,
debunking those stuff.
yeah, no, it's true
Flying
though.
saucers.
Yeah, like I think most of the time it probably is something that could be debunked or explained away
Yeah.
for sure. But people just love to run with a wild story and they're like, it was a UFO. I know it is, it's aliens. And then they're like all hyped up. Like I'm finding that people panic like crazy, like in our society. Like people have to really just chill and not let fear get the best of them because there's really an explanation, like everything that's already happened recently. Like let's just revisit the last couple months of things in the air. It's all, there's all a reason, there's a reason for all of it,
Yeah,
so
I mean, there's panic and then there's excitement. I think there's more excitement because now that
well
that
the
thing.
yeah, conspiracy theorists are like, yeah, we've been telling you there's been UFOs, and like now they're starting to corroborate those stories, and like there's things they cannot explain.
Yeah, like the airplane, like the aircrafts that were following the flying saucers, and they're like, "Oh snap, what is that?" And it was like zigzagging and stopping and going and stopping and going. I mean that. I mean that's exciting.
Yeah, like to me, that's how I look at it. Like it's exciting. I personally do not care if there's aliens. Like I kind of hope there is aliens, so that maybe people will like come out of whatever they're
Start
in and
shaking.
realize
Oh,
just realize like you're not the only one here.
they're
Like
putting their hands
there,
up and shake.
there's like more to life than
And yourself.
yourself. Yeah, like
You
maybe
think
it'll.
humans will become less self-centered when they find
Um,
aliens are real?
I don't know. I think it'll definitely shake up some people and hopefully make people realize like there's more to life than just you. And
I
we
just,
might go ahead.
I mean, my what? Finish.
No, go ahead.
I mean, there's a lot of people out who they're probably going to say, "Oh, I told you so," or "I knew it." You know what I mean? Or all the Aztec, like sculptures and paintings and stuff will be finally like realized to be true and stuff because some of that stuff had like spaceship interpretations and electronic interpretations through picture and stuff like that. So people think like there were ancient aliens that came and built pyramids and stuff like that, and gave them technology to make like art, like the pillars and stuff, like how they get put the art on each pillar, how they make the incisions so precise and stuff like that. This had to be
They're like,
done by
it has to be
lasers,
aliens. It has to
or
be
like
aliens.
because it can't be a hammer and nail because it's just too precise. Maybe they use like a laser and did, they did whatever. And I was just
I mean,
like,
or
I mean, that
maybe
makes
just,
sense.
yeah, or people just had great work ethic back in the day.
I mean, well, they don't have social media and Xbox to distract them, so
Right.
you have
What
like
else
a
am I gonna
whole
do?
day to work on your craft.
Yeah,
So you're
exactly.
you're going to be like, you're gonna be legit on the art because that's all you've done. And you put more than 10,000 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna be like a master, and you're like
Yeah.
a like a 16-year-old in Egypt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you're gonna
Yeah.
be like fantastic. But for me, I'm just saying like some of the pictures like in Aztec art and I think Egyptian art too. Like they're just like spacecrafts and stuff. And there's
They've seen stuff.
there's like a
Yeah.
person in a like a that looks like a helmet in a spacesuit. You know what I mean? So there's all kinds of stuff like the chariots that they put in the sky could be like spaceships, but this is their interpretation because they never seen a spaceship. So their interpretation of what they see in the sky is
Mm-hmm.
chariot. You know what I mean? So stuff like that. I don't know. Like I do believe in aliens. One day. I mean, I hope it's not like the movies where they come and take us and use us for
We come in
food and
peace and then they
energy.
blow your head off.
Oh yeah, what movie was that? Was that Independence
Was it
Day?
something Mars? Something about Mars.
Oh, I remember that. There's like people. Okay, aliens. The aliens were known,
And they were like,
and
me, me,
all these
me, me.
no, all these people were on top of a building, and this one chick had we come in peace, or she said it said take us with you sign, and then like they blew up that building or something.
Right. Yeah, they weren't that
I
friendly.
don't know if that was Independence Day or the Way of the World or something, the End of the World or something like that. That movie with Tom Cruise. But anyway,
Okay.
yeah, I'm into those things, man. Like that would be cool. But I was saying
Yeah.
earlier, yeah, I do think people will be more excited and panicking. Like on the History
I don't
Channel,
know.
they were showing when they were doing the drone experiment and they were doing the lights and everything, and they were creating like a big old UFO. They interviewed some people who were like on the side filming it, and they stopped them and they say, "Oh, why'd you? So what'd you think of that? Oh, that's crazy! Like it has to be a UFO." And then they told them, "No, it's drones," and
It's
they're
a
like,
drone light
"Oh."
show.
But they were like all
Yeah.
excited and panic. It's like, oh, it has to be a UFO. Oh my god! And then they're like,
Right.
panicking and excited at the same time. But then the guy would come
Yeah.
down and say, no, they're drones.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the first time I saw like a UFO or I thought it was a UFO was when I was in LA and it was I don't know, it was just like a big thing in the sky and I actually saw it and I'm just like, "Dang, what is that?" But it was a SpaceX launch, Elon Musk
Yeah.
and him doing all his different launches.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, "Oh, okay, well, there's that." But then the other day out here, I was riding my bike, maybe 3 months ago. I was riding my bike and I saw something like launch, like straight up. And it was just going straight up, 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 up. And it just kind of looked like a chemtrail, but it was going straight up. And then next thing I know, it's like flying over me. And it's like the projectile was no longer straight up. It was kind of like you know what I'm saying? And I took a video of it. Like I have the video on my phone. I took a couple videos, but because it was just like, what is that? Like it wasn't a bird, it wasn't a plane, it wasn't. I don't know what it was, you guys. Like I really do not know. So I looked. I got online. And I was like, "Oh, were there any SpaceX launches in, California today, and or today or anything?" And there was like nothing. So I'm like, what was that? But I literally have the video, the footage, and everything, and I'm just, I don't know. I don't know what launches straight up and then flies over you, and it's like, it was
So,
weird.
sometimes I don't be thinking, maybe because I'm like an old man, but I'm just because everybody is like, like you did, like pull out your phone and record it. Where I'm like, I'll pull out my phone and take a picture when I should
Mm.
be recording, but my mind is like, oh, I'm gonna take a picture of it. But no, dude,
Yeah.
I
Well, I'm
never
a
think about
videographer.
that.
Yeah, no, I'm a videographer, so I'm just like video because a video explains way more than a picture to me.
Absolutely.
So like I just needed to get it. Like I needed to just capture this because like what if it was really something?
Yeah,
I have
I just
no
need to get in
idea.
that mode. I just need to get in that mode and say video, video. Put it up video. Don't
Yeah,
take a photo of it.
because it makes it seem more realistic. Like with the Ashanti video that they posted with the comets or space junk flying over, like if that was just a picture, I would just be like, okay, some space balls,
Yeah,
you know. But it was
space ball.
flying. But it
Yeah,
was just kind of weird that that did not dissipate that quickly. I heard it eventually like fell somewhere and they're like getting it. I need to follow up on that story. But
yeah, because satellites don't. They're not like asteroids, or they're not rocks. They're made of metal and stuff. So when they come down, like they were saying, like when I forgot when, but when Chinese rocket finally fell down from space into the ocean. So they won't break up. They'll do like that. They'll trail off because they're burning. So it's like the trail you see is like exhaustion and smoke. So they're
yeah,
trailing off that, but they probably won't. It's
yeah.
it's kind of
Well,
like, did you see Donnie Darko?
no,
You
I
know
heard of
how
it.
he spoiler alert, he dies because a satellite falls from the sky and falls on top of him.
Yeah,
Like
that's
they,
crazy.
like all these satellite pieces started falling down in this neighborhood.
And that's like not a far-fetched idea because there's so many things that they're orbiting up in space that we don't know about. And it's gonna come down. Like if this is one example of stuff that's falling from space that was man-made, like a man-made situation, I mean, there's gonna be other things that are gonna fall. Unlike, on top of the comets and the asteroids and whatever else that comes from space. But I think with all this, what it's really doing for me
Yeah.
is sparking an interest in like the solar system and the universe and just because like the other day I saw a video of what like the inside of a black hole sounds like because they're upstairs or not upstairs they're up in space recording black holes,
I have my black holes upstairs.
right.
Let me go get it. Hold on, just stay with it.
And so they have, I don't know how they're doing it, some kind of recording device, but it sounded very like scary kind of. But I mean, it's just a lot going on up there, and they need to be a little bit more, I don't know, proactive and know that what you guys are sending up there may come down eventually. It
Oh,
may
they know.
be millions of light years or however that the speed of light, like I don't know the exact measurements of space in the solar system and how things have to go fast or to enter or exit the orbits, like it's really a lot to it, and I can't, it's a lot and I can't even manage all the things that are happening on earth. But I am kind of interested in what's going on up there more so. I know a lot of people are into astrology and all that stuff, but I'm like, what about astronomy? Like, I mean, it's all kind of in the same vein, but it's
No, no,
it's
it's not.
kind of. But I mean, that's where they
Just the
get
asteroid.
their, they make their, people who are in astrology, they get the symbols and everything come from the stars or the different things up there. So, but it's just a lot.
I'm just pretty sure there's things that they're not telling us. So
But
I
they're
mean, I
starting to tell us though. That's the thing. We just haven't read the reports yet. Like I'm sure it's on the Pentagon's website, but I mean, it's out there. We'll definitely have to have a part two to this.
I think it's only out there because of certain footage that came out. They were like, well, just give them this. I'm pretty sure there's like a plan outlined. If something happens, then we'll just call it this, or we'll just say it's this, or okay, we'll tell them the truth, just like a little bit. You know what I mean? So, but they have things done already. So I mean, there's some things I've heard where they were building like bodysuits from pattern after a anime Kagasaraki, and the Japanese are building like battle suits, and that was like 10 years ago.
Hmm.
So I know they. To me, I think everything's already done. They just need to either wait for because of legalities and politics and all that red tape and stuff. Because some yes, um, I don't think it's not humans aren't ready. I think it's just a money thing because we're ready. We AI is coming. All the chat stuff and all the robots are coming. So and with
Man,
General
I was,
Dynamics and all that and MIT. I mean everything's there. So everything is coming. So I don't think it's about us not being ready. It's about money.
yeah, I'm sure they want to capitalize or monopolize on who is friends with the aliens or whatever. I don't know. They don't want Russia to be more friends with the aliens than us, or I don't know. Who knows?
I mean, we probably have a solution for or a substitute for gas, like a synthetic gas, but obviously we can't put that out right now because we have Chevron, Exxon, AMPM. We can't. We have all these big gas companies that are
Are making
probably
money.
interfering with that. It's going to interfere with that. I mean, I see right now with out here with the electric company with LADBWP out here, they're already kind of like not enforcing, but advertising solar panels. And I was kind of
Yeah.
surprised about that, that they're advocating for solar panels. Cause I was like, that's your kind of like a competition, but not everybody has solar panels. So,
Well, they're probably
um,
selling it now, so they're getting in on
yeah.
it. They want that
So,
market share. They probably bought out all the little small companies, all the little small solar panel
yeah, it's like
companies.
it's like it's like marijuana. Okay, is marijuana going to take over cigarettes? No, yes, maybe so, but then like we'll make weed legal so we can profit off of it, and once we can, and have our own little grow our own little patch in Humble or whatever, and own some land and stuff, and then we'll make it legal and make a profit, and then keep that alive and keep cigarettes alive, and just it nothing is can be put out there until financial distribution is resolved. So to me, I
Yeah,
think everything is already like the aliens already here. You know what I'm saying? The mystery is already solved. It's just money. Money gets in
yeah,
the way.
yeah. I mean, I definitely could see that, but like I just saw an article on how they just discovered another continent. But I mean, the people of that area have known about this continent for like hundreds of years or something like that. But they're starting to recognize it. But the reason I guess they didn't establish it as a real continent is because most of it is underwater. It's out
Yeah,
in like the New Zealand area. Um, so, but they just are starting to like, hey, we found a continent. But a lot of people are like, it's not found. We've been knowing about this continent, but they're just now like declaring it as a continent. Maybe they found some buyers to, to colonize that continent now or something. I don't know. But yeah, like it's there. This is a big world. Like this, like what's been industrialized or is there's just so much more. Like there's so much open land in America and just everywhere. And I
that's
know
that's
Bill,
why I hate that's why I hate it when show like sci-fi shows like Star Trek and like Star Wars, like they'll go to different planets and there'll be like one alien on a whole planet. And I just be thinking about, our planet and like how we have different cultures all over the place and all these mysteries and volcanoes and crop circles and stuff over here and over there and animals and different places. And you have one alien on one planet, on a whole
yeah,
planet,
yeah,
one
like
one
it could,
looking
well, it,
specific looking alien.
yeah, well, it could just be that we made it to that one spot where there happened to be an alien, but I don't think we have the right technology to get to certain areas. And I feel like the aliens don't have the right technology to get to Earth because the Pentagon report that just came out, it was saying that this mothership is sending probes. Like it finally made like broke our orbit or whatever, finally, and they're sending probes to Earth to like see what's going on in Earth. Like as much as we're trying to find out what's out there, they're trying to find out what's down here. So I don't know, you guys. It's very interesting. And I know they, some planets have the capabilities they're finding to grow. It has like life, living life on it, the different planets that they found. It's just organisms at this point, but it's living. So it has the ability to have life out in
Yeah,
the solar system.
I think Titan, which is a moon around Saturn, I think they have life on there, like organisms and stuff. Like there's a couple of different I guess probes already on their way right now to different moons and stuff because they found like there's oxygen and there's water there.
Yeah. Yeah. So if it's up there wherever they found it, it's got to be somewhere else too. Like they just haven't been able to get there yet. They could barely make it to orbit or to the moon. It's like always such a big deal out in Cape Canaveral or NASA whenever they do a launch because there's still a lot of things that we haven't been able to do. But with AI, they are making advancements, a lot of advancements with this AI character guy. But artificial intelligence, you guys. But so yeah, aliens, they're here. Like, okay, literally, what if an alien knocks on your door? What would you do? Like, are you answering it? Are you calling the
How do
police?
I know? How do I know it's going to be an alien? I have to
You
answer
look through
this.
the people.
I don't have a people.
Oh, sorry. Okay, you have a
I
window
have an
where you can
old
look
house.
out. Do you see like you
I
open
won't be able to.
windows?
See, I won't be able
Okay,
to. I
okay,
mean,
forget that.
is it
Let's say
daytime or nighttime?
right. Okay, okay, forget that, forget that. Let's say you're walking down the street and an alien passes you by.
How do I? I live in Los Angeles. How do I know it's an alien or a dwarf in a costume
Oh my gosh, that
or
would be
somebody in a
crazy.
costume? I just
Or do they even
I've
look
been on a train with Batman. Okay, so
right? No, I hear you.
I know
I
what you're
feel
talking
you.
about.
Yeah, I don't know how to bring aliens into your world because you live in a lot of
I mean, if an alien came down to Los Angeles, he probably nobody would probably care. He'd be like, "Oh, that's a good
like,
costume,
and do
bro."
aliens even look like what we think a typical alien looks like?
You mean with the big head?
Yeah, or like, you know what I'm saying? What if they look just like us? But they're like hella smarter and hella nicer, or or you know what I mean? Like, why does
Hella
an alien
nicer.
have to look like a monster?
Because those depictions were from people who they confessed that that's what they look like. So
Oh God.
we go off that. It's not
Maybe they were
anything.
high and drunk and
Maybe
intoxicated. And
or
so they were just like,
LSD was
yeah,
popular back then.
exactly. Exactly. Like, how they say, what, they've seen Bigfoot or the Sasquatch. I'm not saying there's not that. Like, hey, there's a lot of creatures out here we don't know about, So it's
I think
like,
the thing is like it's because different people are saying what they look like, and those people have never met. So they're saying, "Oh, they got big eyes and big heads, and they live in Arkansas, and one person's in Texas, and they never met each other." So they're saying the same. The alien looks like the same. They're describing the same thing. So
right,
that's why they're stuck on this one particular description of the aliens with the big eyes and the big head and stuff.
right. Well, I just know I'll definitely give an alien friend a try because I've tried human friendships and
Yeah,
it can't be much worse. Like I don't know. I want more out of life, and I feel like at this point, think about it, like how we're living right now, 2023, or just these last couple years have been incredible. Like of the things that we've had to experience as humans. So now the talk of aliens, like what else? I'm ready for whatever at this point. Like bring it all on. Like we're really experiencing a very unprecedented era of history, if you think about it. Like it's crazy. Like I don't even know what could be next.
it's just going to get better and worse. That's what I
Yeah,
predict. It's going to get better and it's going to get worse at the same time. So
yeah. I mean, it could get better a lot faster if people got on one accord. with making a peaceful civil society, but I know people aren't on that. So I just think things have to get worse before they get better. Like that's just
Well,
what's
I'm saying
on
it's
the
going to be you. So you remember when 9/11 happened, and then after 9/11, like the aftermath was like people just were just like a little bit nicer. So we had like a worse
for like a
thing,
for like a
but a
month.
better thing. Yeah, for like a month. But what I'm saying is the what for better and for worse is going to happen at the same time. So like for better, like for me,
Simultaneously.
yeah, simultaneously. They did like for me, it's going to be like okay, AI is going to help a lot of people do things, the companies do things or whatever, but at the same time, it's going to like destroy jobs and people who aren't into certain things, they are technologically savvy, like they're not going to get it, they don't want to get it, like it's going to like slow down their life, whereas the people who will embrace AI and anything that's technically convenient, made for humans, like they're going to embrace it, and but it's going to be a saturation, you know
Right.
just like
Yeah.
social media is like everybody wants to be an influencer, everybody wants to be a gym trainer, everybody wants to do this and that, they're all doing the same thing, and pretty soon, like with music, it's all going to be
Yeah, they said
uh,
that a lot of those influencer jobs are gonna go away with AI.
yeah. And then and what I just was reading and listening to was jobs right now, like construction and all that stuff, like they um building jobs, like
Vocational trades.
all those, they're not getting as many people as they need,
Yeah, but those
because
jobs, people who have skills in those trades and crafts, they're about to get they're still what's the word? They're not gonna lose their jobs to AI. They won't.
I don't
Carpentry work and like all that stuff. AI, robots can't do that stuff.
I
Not
mean, but
yet.
have you seen the new farm tractors and stuff though? Like they are amazing.
Yeah, but that's also like repetitive work. Like you have to think. See, that's the thing. Any job where you have to think critically will not be taken away by AI at this point.
Well, imagine a Roomba going through the house, everything's out of the house, and a Roomba looking machine goes and measures the whole room just by bumping into it really fast. Like you have it in your hand, you go throw it, you throw a couple over there, and then they come back and they give you like the readings. Like that, that's taken a job so far. And then let's say like putting in hammers and making logs precise, like it won't be like chopping anymore. You'll just do a laser and be like, bloop, you know what I mean? Like you'll measure it with light and zoop. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that could be done with the AI. You just get the wood in the machine. But obviously that's gonna be time, and it's
But
gonna
they,
take
yeah, they
money
have
and stuff.
well, yeah, they have those printer homes, and like it costs a lot of money to get one big. I mean, as time goes on, I think a lot of these things will be more
They're cheaper.
affordable
Yeah.
for the
Think of
regular
the
consumer.
iPad. Think of your phone. Think of the tablets. Like now, I got
Right.
a free tablet just with that with my phone.
Yeah, but I feel like that's definitely 30 years off, and that'll be
Oh,
other
I think it's gonna be
people's
sooner than that.
issue. But I mean, I definitely like today, I was just like, man, I wish I had a robot that could cook for me. You know
It's
what I'm
gonna
saying?
be
Like who could actually, because like I have all this stuff, like I still have not ate today. Like I had a little something earlier, but I'm hungry, but I didn't have time to cook. So like as I'm doing this podcast, I could have a robot in there cooking for me. So when I'm done with this podcast, I could eat a meal. You know? It's
what I
like,
was gonna
but
say, trying to say earlier was like the jobs aren't getting filled, like the construction jobs, like the vocational jobs, because those kids are trying to be YouTubers
I know.
because they're all trying to be
Yeah.
entrepreneurs and stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like Elon Musk was saying, who's a great visionary. Kind of weird, but he's a great visionary. He was saying that the labor force there's not enough people to fill
Yep.
any of these jobs. Like,
Qualified. Yep.
yeah, a lot of people, like from tech jobs to laborious jobs, like even yeah, labor intensive jobs. There's it's not. We need people,
Because
and
these
like
kids want
every
to stay home. They just want to stay home and think they're gonna make a lot of money and be influencers,
yeah.
influencers, and talk about their day and think we want to hear about it.
right. So as a business, as the Bill Gates and the Elon Musk knowing this, they're creating AI, they're creating automation, they're creating robots to put on to take these mundane jobs and to put robots and all this stuff to work because we don't have people to do these jobs anymore.
My advice is to that okay, and let's say that'll happen in 10 years. Put a 10-year time
Less,
span time span on it, right? In those 10 years, you get educated, vocational, technical, whatever you got to do, get hired, do those jobs, save your money, save your bread, still get educated and updated on what's going on in your field, carpentry, construction, whatever, right? Anything, automobiles, whatever, right? Mechanic, right? And then go back to school and get educated on what in that enhancement. So that don't buy anything crazy, don't get no Tesla, don't get no Bugatti, like don't live in no crazy, expensive like apartment. Just live moderately. And in the next 10 years, just upgrade yourself educational wise on all the technologies that are advancing. That way you're a step ahead of your competitors competition, which is the other employees. And that way, if they have to fire a certain amount of people, they won't fire you because you're already tech savvy on what's coming. Because they'll let's say that if somebody's making food for you, there has to be somebody to fix that. There has to be somebody who can maintain that. There has to be somebody who's going to be coming in there, put it in your kitchen, and then tell you the instructions and leave. It's kind of like an alarm system. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I want to be one of those people, or there, people should be those kind of people. But for right now, your entry level is going to school, learning how to put that carpet in, or make a house or build a house. I mean, and or do construction work on all that, and then keep up with the Joneses as far as technology is concerned. And then you'll be
yeah,
fine. You won't get fired. And then you can go anywhere you want to. You can go to anywhere on the planet you want to with this skill.
right. But
Because
I just
you'll know the AI operations, the operating systems, every company that goes into AI or what's in your field or whatever, and you can go anywhere in the world.
yeah, I mean that's definitely what the responsible thing to do because just to stay ahead of everything. Um, but I kind of see a lot of jobs like people aren't going to go to school because I think a lot of people don't even the younger generation they don't even like even now though like people don't know my generation we don't know what we want to do necessarily like a lot of people after the pandemic had to transition out of different fields and careers and um so I just don't think people really know what they want to do but when they but I think the state of the economy and the labor force, a lot of these companies are going to like pay people top dollar to come to work and they'll train them on this on site. And because school in itself is way too expensive. And the way people are like fighting to get student loans forgiven, and I just don't think school is attractive to a lot of people or traditional school.
Even vocational.
Um,
I'm talking about like specific trades.
Yeah,
I'm talking
I
about
mean it's
trade school.
expensive. It's all this is expensive. I
Not
mean,
as
it
much
takes
as
an
like going
investment.
to like Harvard or something. Like I'm talking about like
Right,
somebody
right.
like an electrician.
Yeah, but I'm still saying like there's gonna be jobs. Like say there's a plumbing society. They're gonna say, hey, we need plumbers. We'll pay you 75,000 a year. We'll train you on the site. Just come down. You
Oh
know what I'm
yeah, if
saying?
you could get that, yeah, of course.
Like
I
I
mean, I
think
do that
that's yeah. So I think that's kind of where we're going. Like jobs are gonna have to train people,
on the
and
job.
yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
because people aren't don't know what they want to do necessarily, but they know they want to make money, and people are going to try different things, and just traditional school doesn't really fit anymore in the
I
way
think
that
everybody's trying to live a social media lifestyle, and that's what's kind of
yeah,
killing a society right now.
yeah,
There's only like a handful. It's kind of like it's kind of like people who come to LA who want to be actors. Like only a handful are going to be the next, Brad Pitt or whatever,
yeah,
or Dwayne the Rock Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta know this
yeah,
guy, that guy. You gotta have a certain.
yeah,
You
like
gotta be gotta be lucky.
with the great resignation and the labor force, it's just we're going through a huge transition, and it's we're feeling the effects of it. Like some people I feel are like already in the metaverse world trying to get money that way. And then there's still people who are kind of lagging behind in the traditional world. And it's like, come on. It's like, I don't know. They're like, everything's so far apart right now, but it's gonna all come together. I think maybe AI will bring everything together. I'm not totally sure. But so we'll see. It's interesting. But I just know that they're not getting rid of, like, why would, like, I hear this all the time from conspiracy theorists, like they're population control, they're killing us, they want to get rid of us. But why? Why would they get rid of you? They need us to spend money. Like they're not getting rid of us. Like there's no, I don't believe in control. Maybe there's like racist factions wanting to like commit genocide for, hateful reasons, but companies and the government, they don't, they need us. They need us to vote. They need us for money. Like, I don't know. That kind of irks me. That was a little tangent, but so yeah. But anyways,
The family structure is going down anyway. Like people, especially in Gen Z and well, not millennials. I guess we be millennials.
yeah, we're
So
like, I'm borderline. Yeah.
yeah, so the people before, or I mean after us, are they're not procreating as much. So I don't know what they're talking about. Like they're not having family. The nuclear family is dying.
Yeah, but I don't think people are stop not having sex though. There's still babies coming into the world. I don't know if it's going into a nuclear family or not, but there's still people aren't not having sex.
I gotta look up those stats again, but I
I know.
do
I was
believe
like,
they are it's not as uh it's at a lower rate. Each year it gets lower.
yeah. No, I heard that too. It's true. It's true. But see, and that's the other problem. That's why I think there's such a big push for automation and robots because we aren't, as a society, going to be able to sustain all of these capitalist tendencies that we have here in the US.
I know, but all these AI stuff and all these technology is going to push us away from human contact. That's what I'm scared of. Like
Yeah.
the
But
way the way we were raised with both parents in the house, and your dad being a dad and your mom being a mom, like that's out the door. All that traditional shit, all the raising your kids, and all these, like, people are still having babies in single parent homes. What I'm saying? All that stuff is going to be apparent, and when they get older, when these kids get older, it's going to show, because they're spoiled, they don't want to do this, they don't want to do that, they're going to be entitled, they're going to call me my pronouns, him, her, xyz, all this stuff, you know what I mean? So it's just going to be insane, you know.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely if you watch some of these shows, I don't know if you guys have watched Swarm yet on Amazon Prime, but a lot of these like new age shows, it definitely has different, it feels different. Like it feels like things
Yeah,
are,
watch Black Mirror.
yeah, are coming into like people are really wanting to be identified, like how they want to be identified, and like Generation Z is different. They are different. And I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, but we are definitely going into a different um way of life for sure. So,
you're
but
gonna
we'll
have you're gonna have kids misgendering themselves, and you're gonna have AI coming into play, taking over human emotions. So it's like it's gonna be
it's gonna be interesting.
emotionally, to me, it's gonna go downhill for human psyche, but for technology, it's gonna be better, because
Yeah.
there is gonna be the people who are making the technology are somewhat mentally stable, and then as we get older, we're going to have those people who are not mentally stable into these fields, and it's just going to get worse. So until then, hopefully I'll be dead by then.
Hmm. Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't say people who have their views are mentally ill, but I don't know. That's something to definitely explore. We'll have to do a show on that once I get more knowledge on it. But I don't know. What was I gonna say? Something about, oh well, whatever. But I don't know. We'll see. Human interaction. Oh, like I was saying, I think that's what I was gonna say. It's just the pandemic definitely ushered in like this isolation, less human interaction. Like it made all the, and then now all the talk of like the different fungi and with the show, this is not us or this is us. And just, I mean, every other day, the CDC is dropping a report about fungus and viruses and this and that. So
They
it's
say
kind of,
that can happen.
but it's just
It's
that,
not going to turn us into zombies.
yeah, but I mean, but people believe in the zombie apocalypse and all that stuff, but it's
I
just
do believe in
going.
that. Yeah,
See, so it's like it's ushering in for less human interaction and isolation and making the metaverse. People are finding to make ways to make money in the metaverse. So that's why I'm saying it's like kind of like a divide, but hopefully somehow there's going to be enough people who want to hold on to some type of human interaction. Like we need that. If you don't get hugs, or they say get a dog if you don't, as because your life you'll live longer if you have hugs and you have human interaction and you have a pet, or you're not alone. Like you live longer. So
I think the social media is going to make people want to stay in the house because all
yeah,
you see is people getting into fights and Karens yelling at people and
yeah, it's dangerous out in the world. So it's like
people
it's kind
like
of like
knocking
it's
people out for no reason and yelling at people. So it's like, man, I'd rather stay in the house.
yeah, it's making it easier for people to do that. And like they're saying also, we'll probably have to do a show on this too, is there's a lot of people post-pandemic that are suffering from social anxiety and depression and all that. So we're in a transformative state. And I just say that everybody stay as open as possible because we're going through a transition and we're living through it. Like another thing we have to live through. It's crazy. Like we watched the analog to digital world. Now we're gonna watch the digital world to I don't know what, the automated world.
Artificial world.
Yeah. We're I don't know, where the robots are thinking and working for us. So
We're
but
gonna
anyways,
place
we
in the
better
matrix in the meta world. So it's gonna be like that movie Surrogates with
hmm,
Bruce Willis.
I still have to watch that. I have to look that up. But cool, we better wrap this up. We're hitting our time limit. Where you guys were trying to make the shows a little shorter for you so you could digest it and consume it and hopefully make it to the end of all of our shows. But thank you for tuning in. Till next time,
Till next time.
be at peace. Come in peace. Peace.